I'm always hopeful that this country, as good as it is, can be made better. It's what I've tried to commit my life to. It's what I think you have to commit your lives to. You can't be passive in this fight for progress. You've always got to, ask tough questions, be able to face hard truths, and be prepared to engage.
But what I really believe in is your generation, you students who are here, you millennials, because what you're talking about here is going to become real in a few years.
This generation of 18 to 25-year-olds is more public service oriented, more idealistic than any generation of 18 to 25-year-olds I have ever come across. And that propensity to want to change our society for the better is, to me, ennobling and exciting and inspiring.
I think this has been one of the greatest professional experiences of my life. The kids here at the IOP are just so smart and they ask fantastic questions.
These are some of the brightest kids in the world, and it's so much fun to bounce what's going on today off of them and all learn something together.
If you're thinking about a place to go and talk with bright young people who care about public service, who want to be engaged in the community, who might one day run for office or run a campaign or be in elected official's office, this is the place.
The notion that this generation is somehow disengaged and that they spend all their time on their smartphones and social media, my experience, at least here, has been that couldn't be any further from the truth. These young men and women are really engaged, and I dare say probably more so than my generation was.
I'm a New Yorker, born and raised. I love this city, and I've always wanted to work in some capacity to make it better. It's incredible to see something you're working on actually take shape and have an impact on people. I feel like I've never been more a part of my city.
When I came into Chicago, I thought of public services running for elected office, and now the nonprofit sector and even working for the government in a non-elected capacity, my eyes have been open to that.
The Iowa Project was able to expose all of us to a side of politics that I never really knew about.
It's been fantastic to hear what people who are very close to the caucus have to say about it. But I think tidbits that you wouldn't pick up just reading about this from Chicago or any other place in the country.
I couldn't imagine anything like this taking place in New York or Chicago. You're right there and you can see the people, you can see the passion. Just it gives you a different perspective on, the whole race.
To come here as part of, the IOP's Iowa Project, being here for the caucus is sort of what the whole point of this was about.
This experience, if you really want to actually get involved in politics someday, whether it's as a politician or as a campaigner or as a strategist, you've got to go to Iowa.
What I really appreciate about the SCE program is that you don't have to be a political junkie. All you need is just this kind of passion to really get out there and apply your skills.
I think WPSP has definitely been the highlight of my entire university experience. I've entirely developed as a different person from what I was as a high schooler because of this SCE experience.
In politics, you have a lot of talk about issues that affect a lot of people of color, affect a lot of black people, right? But when you look at the people who are having those discussions, not as many of those people are actually people of color. And so Leaders of Color was an opportunity to get my foot in the door to actually be a part of these conversations about policies that affect me.
I think SCE is the foundation of the IOP's mission in terms of if this is almost a training ground for future public servants of this country and the world, this is where the public service happens.